It's Tupac's birthday. Tupac, my G.
What's going on? Geeks Pod. We're live with the kid, the killer, the returning guest, Jeff Craig. How we doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. For anybody that doesn't know, not up to date with Jeff, just coming off a fight last Friday, or was it Saturday? Fought
Saturday, yeah.
yeah, Saturday, 9-1, Chris Vereen over there at Peak Fighting Championship, and he gets the job done. Three round decision. He was 4-2 heading in. Now he's 5-2. That's a huge win, brother. Congratulations on that. How you feeling? It doesn't even look like you fought last week, bro, or not even last week. It doesn't even look like you fought like 5 days ago.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I feel good. My shins are a little bit banged up from all the kicking and stuff, but I'm already back to training. I was doing my specific sparring yesterday and all that. I didn't really get punched in the face too much. I got grazed, but never like anything clean to leave a mark.
Right. Um, so that fight, it was kind of striker versus grappler, people could say. He had a clear mission. He was trying to get that fight to the mat. He didn't really get that done. So you get it done on damage. So what do you think about Chris Farine? I know this was a fight at 185 pounds, right? So you're typically a welterweight. You guys both
Yeah.
accepted to take this on up a weight class.
Yeah. Yeah. I offered it initially. So it was offered for 170. And then they offered it for 75, and I was like, dude, I can't, because I was trying to get on the LFA card that's tomorrow, because it's out here in California. And
Shit, you probably still could, bro.
right. I mean, they just had weigh-ins already. Um
Actually thought about it.
yeah, right. They fucking, but they couldn't find me anybody. So I was trying to get a catch weight at 175 because I couldn't make 170 on uh 3.5 weeks notice. It's just not possible for me. And so 175, and we had two dudes say yes initially, and then within 2 days turned around and said no. So it was really weird. They were like all for it, and then I guess they watched film or something, and then they were like, nah. So all four opponents said no. I think the other two just flat out said no. And then so that was like a bust, and then freaking they offered me Chris Green. He's like, you want to, because we've been talking about it. And Chris Green, at first turned me down for whatever reason. I think he was just making smart career choices. He's coming off of his first loss, and it's like coming off your first loss, you don't really want to go to a super tough guy right away, especially on the regional circuit, in my opinion. And eventually he said yes. I'm not entirely sure why he turned around and said yes. I offered it for 180, and then the promoter hit me back up and was like, "Oh, how about?" He's like 80 or 85, and I was like, "Fuck." So options there, 85 for sure, and that's how we ended up getting to 85, and it's on 11 days notice. So we both did not feel like cutting.
I think one of the things that people don't understand is how big you are until they get right in front of you. Just to be humbly, humbly surprised at the weigh-ins.
Yeah, a lot of people, everybody is every time they see me. I like because on pictures, the pictures and the videos don't do me justice. I look small on pictures and videos for some reason, and then in person, people are like, "Oh shit, you're way bigger than I thought." So that's been the story. Like even in wrestling, when I was in wrestling, like there's people that would see me on Facebook and stuff and be like, "Whoa, you're way bigger than your." I thought you were like a 120 pounder, and I'm wrestling like 195. So
So we get this big win, right? I mean, you stepped in on short notice, like you're just talking about. You guys agreed to some stipulations. What's kind of next? Because you're 5-2, you've got contender series coming up. Like you've clearly established that, if you look through your resume, like you're only fighting these guys that are freaking killers. Like you don't really have any easy passes on there. So it's like you're getting
yeah,
to the point now where it's like, do you want to make a run at this? Or because I remember last time we spoke, you were on the podcast, you were kind of just saying, like 2, 3 years, no matter what, like you just want to give yourself time to kind of grow. But I feel like
yeah.
you a 9-1 guy on 11 days notice. You look at kind of your resume, it's like, dude, you're kind of like right there. It's like, do you really need 3 years? So like, just where are you?
I'm not. No, I don't know. I'm definitely time's winding down. I'm definitely not still at 3 years. At max a year, year and a half. But like, I mean, if I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Like, if they were like offered me like the opportunity, I'm not gonna say no. You know, depending on circumstance and stuff. But as of right now, I wouldn't turn it down. And if it was like August or September, 170 pounds, who do you want to fight? I would fight any of those guys. There's a few guys at 170 that are on the cusp of making it that has to probably go through contender series first. But if they also hit me up short notice, I still wouldn't say no. Like I honestly, if the UFC hit me up for short notice and it was fucking anybody that was a decent matchup, even anybody that was ranked, say like when a ranked guy fell out, like I always think about like I daydream about this. I'm like, a ranked guy falls out, now I gotta fight Jack Della Maddalena. I was like, let's go. I'll do it on short notice, you know? So I always think about shit like that.
Like Josiah Harrell.
Huh?
Like just Josiah Harrell. Like his whole
Yeah,
situation, he stepped in, but you know, obviously he had that unfortunate like brain you know, disease, I think it was, that kind of stopped that whole thing. But dude, he was about to step up from the regional scene. So that kind of gives you that light right there where it's like, dude, like that can happen easily.
yeah, dude. I would be so down for that. So, you know, whatever. I'm ready for whatever. If not, I'm ready to get back in there and like August, I guess, is what LFA was telling me. So we'll see. We'll see whatever comes up. I feel like I'm gonna just keep it pretty
Your options
my
open.
eyes my options open just because like I'm I have a fan friendly style and that's what they're looking for right now. So we'll see if something pops up. But other than that, if I need to get a couple more wins, I'm okay with that too.
Right. So you're just thinking UFC, you kind of know where you're at. You're like, they'll call me eventually. When they do, I'll be here, I'll be ready. Because you know, there's all different kinds of promotions now that are opening up everywhere where it's kind of like opening the doors for young guys, you know. So, you know,
Yeah.
if PFL called you and said, we have a challenger spot or we have a short notice into the tournament, is that kind of the same ballpark thing where it's like, you know, whichever big fish swims first?
To an extent, but I doubt I would do PFL. I don't like the idea of PFL and not having my elbows and stuff. Once you start taking my weapons away, it starts fucking with me. So like I probably wouldn't. And like PFL is okay, but I don't know. They're not my favorite. If one championship hit me up though, then now we're talking. You know, we have Cade Rotolo in our camp now, so we do have like an open door to one championship. Um, but yeah, so I like if one hit me up, if UFC hit me up, those are like the big ones for sure.
Right. You take your style, the heavy Muay Thai, the elbows, all that kind of stuff. Like you need those. You need those bows. You can't take the bows
I
away
need
from
those, dude. I need the
Insidious.
bows.
Facts.
Yeah, I need
Well,
them. I need that at my knees and stuff. So
well, that's what's up, bro. And how's everything going over there at Classic Fight Team? You guys have anything going on? I know Coach T has just been killing it, and you guys have been getting involved at Karate Combat. Is that something that we could see out of you soon? I know you mentioned to me you were texting me about it. You're like, man, this stuff's pretty sick.
yeah, so I was gonna get on it, man, and then Raymond lost that like controversial decision to Eddie Farrell, and T like was like, nah, dude, we're not doing karate combat anymore. We're done. Like he's like Raymond's gonna
That
fight out his contract. I don't know what Raymond's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna stay with him or what, but I know he's pretty upset with the promotion
so
or
that's how
whatnot.
it
And
goes. Damn, that one
yeah,
decision, it's like pull the plug. Fuck it.
they offered me some. They offered me a dude, and I said yes right away. I forget I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name at all. It was a Hispanic. He was at a sublet of ATT, but in Florida. I don't know where.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like ATT something. It was a small like sister gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And he I want to say his name was Brew Hall, something Brew Hall. He was like 5-0 as an amateur, and then he's 1-0 as a pro for karate combat. And he just never has fought anybody. Like everybody he fought like stuff. And the whole point was Raymond was supposed to be on the card with me. It was supposed to be in I think Austin, Texas or something, somewhere in Texas, May 30th. And then Raymond, they moved him to a different card. So it was like, it wasn't going to work out anyways. But that Brew Hall dude, I don't think he was going to say yes. Like, because we sent it back, they sent it back to him. They're like, all right, waiting on a response. And like 3 or 4 days went by. And I was like, this dude's looking at this and going, no, like, this is not a smart fucking fight. Because it's weird. He's in karate combat, but he's a wrestler.
Yeah, that's weird. You know, I like the rule set though. I kind of like how you can kind of throw a guy in the ground for a second and then kind of like beat the
Yeah,
shit out
no,
of him.
that's the cool part.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
cool part.
cool. It's cool. I like what they're trying to do. It's just there's a lot of moving pieces and there's a lot of like flashy where it's like it can get a little bit much where it's like you have a great concept and if you guys kind of just like stuck with the roots of it and I think like propelled it that way, I think they could
Yeah.
really do something. But I think it's a little bit too much right now, but it'll fall into place. Like they've got the right partners, it feels like.
Yeah, they're in their infancy. I think with them, I think it's not just them and the rules set. I think the rules are going to make a difference here and there and all that. But like, it's like you got to look at who they're targeting, and the fighters they're targeting are like karate guys and guys who are like this. Well, let's look at karate and stuff nowadays and taekwondo. It's like they don't fight anymore. It's like art. It's like art. They like touch here and there, but it's not what it was. Like dude, 500 years ago when they used that shit for battle, they were killing each other, throwing people on the ground, eye pokes, all this. It's changed over time to become a sport and to become art instead of being used for like self-defense and military legitimately. So it's like you're targeting a bunch of karate guys and stuff, and it's like a super sick concept and all the cool things they do. But now you're getting a bunch of guys who have never had like any like hard physical contact actually for getting punched in the face for the first time and realizing, oh fuck, I'm like this is new. I'm not new, and I'm not into this. So it's in its infancy for sure, though.
I like the rule set and I like how it's karate and I get what you're saying. They're tapping into that traditional market, but dude, they should just throw like a couple like high level boxers in there and just be like, fuck it, dude. Like just let the hands rip. It doesn't have to be as pure as everyone thinks, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean that's their point is they're trying to bring in more MMA fighters for that reason is and stuff. I'd be interested to see like boxers get into it, but it's just like yeah, and they pay good too, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, Raymond's not a cheap bill. That's a fact. He's a
Yeah, no.
he's a legend. So dude, let's pivot here. Let's get some predictions. We just had a big announcement today. Since you're one of the biggest prospects at 170, it makes sense that we talk about the UFC championship at 170. Bilal Muhammad finally gets the title shot against Leon Edwards. It's going down in Manchester. How do you see this matchup panning out? This is striker versus grappler. Period.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Leon takes it again, but Bilal is really good. I don't think he gets a lot of credit. Like he is really good. He's really tough. And he's really smart. That's like the biggest thing about him is his fight IQ is really smart. Like, yeah, he'll make a fight boring, but it's like still gets the job done and it's usually decently decisive. And I mean his fight with Sean Brady was fun and he finished Sean Brady. So Bilal was really good. I just think Neon's kind of a bad matchup for him. Like he's a better striker than Bilal, and I think he's fought better wrestlers than Bilal. But we'll see. Maybe Bilal comes in with something fucking sick. But I think it's gonna go a lot like the first time in a lot of ways before the eye poke happened. So
Well,
see.
before that eye poke, I don't remember much even. I feel like, do you remember kind of how that fight went down? Because what I remember is like a minute. It was like 30 seconds. They poked each other and it was done.
It was just it wasn't anything crazy, but you could tell Leon was gonna start pulling ahead and he was starting to find his range a little bit more and touching him a little bit more. Um
Right, because right off the glove touch and the bell, like whoever's moving forward is like a big teller in this matchup.
Yeah, and you can just tell body language and how they're taking the shots and stuff. And Leon looked like he was just about to put on a clinic for striking. But at the same time, it was a while ago. I could be wrong. I haven't watched it back. And Bilal's definitely probably going to change some stuff up and be super motivated with all the shit talking that's coming at him. So we'll see. I don't know. I think from what I can see, I think Leon's going to take it.
Yeah. All right, and then another fight on this Manchester card, a guy that you've got a little bit of history with, brother. Not
Oh
really.
yeah.
Not really, but kind of. Paddy the Baddy, he's fighting Bobby Green in a fight that everyone's been asking for. It's going to be in his hometown again, so we'll get the Paddy shenanigans. Everyone will be wearing the freaking bangs, and he'll get the walkout, and he'll just be met by a stone cold Bobby Green standing in there with his bandana shorts or whatever the hell they're going to give him. What do you think about this one, bro? This is a banger.
I don't know. I got Bobby in that one, and I like Patty's tough and stuff, but I think he's gonna struggle big on the feet, and I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be able to get Bobby down as easy as maybe people think, but he'll struggle with Bobby Green in my opinion, unless he like somehow gets Bobby to the fence and hits him with a KO shot, which he very well could, but it's really hard to hit Bobby Green. He's not easy to hit. So, and Patty's striking still isn't like up to par. Like, yeah, he was more aggressive with Tony Ferguson, but also Tony wasn't really doing anything. So,
Yeah. No, I mean you would know better than like this is a good matchup for you to have a good pick on because you were just in the fight camp with Tony Ferguson, right? You know,
yeah,
so you kind of know the gauge of how what Patty kind of just went through because you were just doing it yourself. So it's like now we know Bobby Green's so quick on the feet, bro. That jab is gonna be hell. That is a nightmare
yeah,
jab for Patty, bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think he's gonna struggle big time, and I think he's gonna get frustrated and try to like rush a takedown or do something wonky and all that. But Bobby's tough, man. Like Bobby's good. He's OG. He knows like what to expect, and that's a lot of time to prepare. So I think Bobby's got it.
Facts. And then the heavyweight matchup: Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades. Dude, I'm on that wave of like Aspinall's him.
Yeah, I like Aspinall, man.
I
I
don't
like
think
Aspinall.
I don't think this is going to be very competitive. Like I give
No.
Curtis Blades his flowers in a sense of like this guy comes to fight, but there's levels to this. Like I just feel like this one's a mismatch.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Aspinall, I think Aspinall finishes him, whether it's with sub or with hands. He's so fast with his hands. He does a couple of things that are like might be a little bit wrong that might get him in trouble later on. But right now he'll be okay. Like he's really good. He's a legit black belt. It's like Blades is gonna struggle, man. Blades is slow, striking's really bad, and then it's just like even if he gets Aspinall down, that's like a really like solid jiu-jitsu practitioner that you have to keep down and hold down and avoid subs from, which aren't that many at heavyweight, so it's gonna be kind of foreign to him.
Facts. Dude, what do you think real quick before we wrap this all up? I got a couple thoughts. What do you think about MVP? What do you think about him? Do you think he's got to have a chance to make a run here or do you think that like he's just kind of going to be stylistically kind of have a ceiling?
I It's a good question. I think it depends on who they feed him, of course. Like I think he could make Ian Gary struggle a lot. Um, MVP's wrestling and jiu-jitsu aren't bad at all though. Like they might not be college wrestler like level, but he did a lot of really good things in his previous fights in Bellator to stuff takedowns and to keep the other person, at bay. And he's actually has a sub on his record, and it's like I don't even got a sub on my record, dog. Like he's pretty good, man. So I think that if he lets it go a little bit more and all that, I think he's going to be an issue for a lot of guys. Like Stephen Thompson. I think Stephen Thompson was an issue for a lot of guys because of that style. And I think MVP might have a little bit better wrestling defense and submission defense than Stephen Thompson. But who knows? We'll see. I
Yeah.
think he's good though.
Dude, the more you talk about 70, man, it's just there's so many these guys have been around 70 like for so long. Like we're so due for fresh blood at 70. Like,
Yeah.
talk about like Colby, Kamaru, like Gilbert, like these guys have all like it just seems like they've been there in the mix for so long. And that's why I mean that's the preface of like the questions I'm asking you in the beginning, where it's like, dude, like people are looking for welterweights. So like it's gonna be a decision that like I'm saying like, oh, PFL, UFC, like I see it coming in your like near future. Before when we talked, it was like, yeah, it's coming. But like now it's like, dude, big win. These are coming soon. But
Yeah, man.
last one,
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
no, of course, bro. The last one before we jump off, because I've had you for a while now. Conor McGregor is coming back against Michael Chandler. Are you on the wave where he's spent, or are you thinking he's gonna make this miraculous comeback? And are you believing in this?
I mean, dude, if Michael Chandler fights the way he's been fighting, I mean, McGregor could still snipe him, but I have a weird feeling like Michael Chandler's he might come in and be a little bit smarter for this one, and I think he's gonna get the dub because I think not only is this is like a legacy fight for Chandler as well. So I could see Chandler pulling it off. I mean, he's been in the gym consistently all these years. McGregor, from what we can tell, not so much. And obviously, like social media is full of shit and stuff. But it's like, dude's waking up to $1 billion in an account. Like, he's not training. I don't care what anybody says. That fool is not training. And if he's training, he's not training how he used to train when he was an up and comer.
Right.
So I think Chandler can get it done. But also, McGregor still has that left hand. And that's all it takes.
We'll see. All right. Well, that's the Geeks Pod. You got any final messages? We already know what's coming. You're looking for a fight. You just fought. You're healthy. So we'll see you soon somewhere. But you got any messages, any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out before we jump out of here?
Nah, just my mom's my sponsor.
Mom.
Well, hey mom, I made it. But no, I mean I would like to fight freaking like Ian Gary. That's one I always wanted. Just stylistically, like I know how to shut that style down. So but yeah, that's all I have to say.
So many good matchups at 70, so many like technical strikers. You fit right into that mix. Not to mention, can't fucking take you down. So absolute nightmare for a lot of these guys. Super excited to see what you keep doing, bro. Appreciate you keep coming on. You're one of our most loyal guests. One of our, we're big fans, bro. We're Geeks riders for you, brother.
Fuck yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, brother. Well, it was good talking to you. Good chopping it up. Thanks for pulling over on the side of the road for like 30 minutes with the boy. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon, brother. We'll talk soon.
See you, dude. Bye.
Peace out, man.
It's Tupac's birthday. Tupac, my G.